Coming up on today's episode, good Saturday afternoon to you all YouTube. It is 4:05 now in the PM. Here with you at the bench. What you see in front of you is the new meter. I got in the early. It was supposed to be here, I think, Tuesday. And I got an email from Amazon yesterday evening saying that it would be here today. And sure enough, it is here today. Along with the two meters that I got for $6.99. They're inside there. It's hard to see them, but they're in there. First thing I did was measure everything and see if I could get this recessed into the panel. That's not going to happen. It's just too big to do that way. I probably could recess it a little bit, but as you can, I don't know how we can see it now. On the bottom, there's a little bit of space. I've got it propped up there right now. It could go down a little bit more. I could recess it maybe a few millimeters, maybe 10 millimeters at the most. I doubt if it'd even go 10, probably more like 7, and do that. But I think what I'm going to do is, it doesn't sit that far out like it is, and it really doesn't interfere with anything else being out like that. So I think the best course of action is just to build the mount to where it has a bottom support here to come up over the top just a little bit here. And maybe a couple of things coming off the sides to kind of hold it in securely. Well, when I say securely, I'm not saying, so much it won't come out. Obviously, we want it to come out. But just enough to where it's stable in there and it doesn't move when I press the buttons, things like that. And I can press the button. I don't know if it's going to stay there or not, but yeah, so I figured it'd fall down. But you can see it does have the auto function, comes up as stated in the reviews and things like that. So, very nice meter. I'm very happy with it. I'll probably use it in this mode mostly because, that's all you need to do. It'll measure volume. It'll measure voltage and resistance this way, and that's really the only thing I need this meter for much. Obviously, there's some other times that I might want to use it for this or that, and I could. But again, so, that's basically what it's going to be like right there. So, and I think you're seeing a big glare on the light. I don't know which light it is. See if it's this one here. No, that wasn't it. Maybe it's this one here. If I can get to it, I can turn it off. I can't get to it. Well, I got to it, but it doesn't want to turn off. There it is. There, that's better. But like I said, there you go. That's what it looks like, and it does do just what it's doing now. Until you actually do something, you wouldn't want to leave it like that all the time. You just turn it on whenever you need it. Like I said, it is running off the battery, so there you go. There's what it looks like. I thought it was pretty cool. And it is real easy to switch. You just either hit select or just hit the arrow keys and it will go up or down or whatever, whatever you want to do. So there's a good look at that. I'm probably going to work on, I've got the measurements for it and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to just go ahead and work on, see if I can get this. This has got like a beveled edge to it. I don't know how you tell that, but possibly I could get the bevel in there maybe or something like that, and maybe get that down a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't have to sit in much, and it doesn't really have to sit in at all. I just thinking, if you could get it in there just a hair, and maybe that would help secure it a little bit more too. But like I said, once it's got places at the bottom and on the sides up here, about this area here, it shouldn't go anywhere, and it should be easy enough to get out. Just grab a hold of it and pull it out like that, and I'll make the plastic holders will, you know, easily separate to let it come through or to slide out. So the ones on the bottom can be a little bit more substantial if I need them to, where it'll hold it in there. And like I said, come up to about here, maybe on the bottom, and just sit into that and be covered up just a little bit, you know, to where it'll work. We'll see. I'll come up with something though, and I'll print that up on the printer, and we will have what we want, maybe. Anyway, I did get that today. I wanted to show everybody that. And I will do a full demo on this eventually. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to handle that, what I'm going to do with it, but I want to get this out of the way first, because I'd like to have it in place where it's going to be at when I do that, so it can be, you know, really shown off in style. And like I said, that's the plan on that. Let me turn this light back on. See, that makes a big difference. I've got the other one off over here, because I was getting a glare before on some other stuff. So anyway, the Simple AM Plus, I did build that last night and this morning, and have tested that, and it does work. Bob and I played around with it a little while earlier this afternoon, and I think it's going to be fine to do. So basically, I'll tell you the story. I had it hooked up to my phone. My phone was charging. I had it hooked up to a charger, and we had a terrible hum in the audio. And so I just started, you know, doing different things. One thing, I took the antenna and took it. I've got it draped over the top of the bench, and it was picking up every RFI from the bench that it could. And I put it over the top of the window. Where the curtain hangs up there, and just let it drape over that, and that changed dramatically. And then also I took the charger off the phone, and that changed things dramatically. So it got it to be where it was sounded pretty good. And I went to the living room and listened to it in my chair, and had it working very well in there. So very pleased with that. I don't know what was wrong with the other one yet, and may never know, because it was probably just either a bad component or maybe a solder bridge or something like that. But like I said, it's just it works now, so we're happy about that. I don't know for sure, but I think we're going to send that out to our beta testers and let them test that, and see what they find out about it and how well it works for them. And like I said, if you have an idea of how it's going to be received, it's better than just selling it, and you know, having people say, "Yeah, that thing sucks." So anyway, that's that. So that works, like I say, and this is going to work really good, I think. But going to do some design work on that 3D print today on that, and like I said, I may even work on this. Let me take one of these out and show you, but it's just basically what I showed you in the picture. Not much difference. Maybe, you know, when you see them in person, they're a little bit different than they look on the ad, because when I said I'm going to take one out, probably in another, yeah, it's in another bag. But there's the back of it. I think you can see that. There's the front, upside down. But so that's about the size of it right there, so you can see what size it's going to be. But like I said, I may go ahead and do some measurements on that as well, and then work on the faceplate for my power supply, and go on about that too while I'm doing all that 3D designing. Y'all know Brendan. I know y'all know Bob, but y'all know Brendan too. Brendan corresponds with me fairly regularly on email. He comments on my videos via email when I have one of those up. We've been talking about 3D printers. I'm this close. This close. Maybe even that close. I don't know. Maybe that close. But to having him get a printer, he's been watching, you know, like I said, the things I've been making, and it has been, I have to say, probably piquing his interest a little bit, and so we may be able to see something out of him. I know if he gets into it, he'll love it, because I know I love it. It's just somebody with a creative mind and things like that. It just great for them. I mean, you can do so much with it. So, you know, we'll see. But I thought I'd let everybody know that he is kind of interested in it. That'd be kind of neat to have him in with us, because like I said, the more people you get involved in stuff like that, the better off you are, because you get your own little community of users going, and you can share things back and forth. Just like the power supply case, I sent that to Greg, and now I sent it to Bob also. And I sent versions that had, as well as this version with the vents, I sent ones with straight backs and straight top, because they're that easy to do anyway. And I do have this mounted. I don't know if I didn't show you that. I don't think. I've got my spacers there. I made these 10 millimeters long. I have everything is screwed together now. That's screwed into the spacers and up through the spacers, and you got nuts on top. And then of course the sides or the top, I should say, is screwed in on each side. Very secure, and the back is screwed onto the top and bottom also. So it is pretty much ready to go. Like I say, I want to get that meter thing designed in, and really I think that's all I'm waiting now. The fan, I think that's going to be here Monday. It's in Indianapolis right now, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be here Monday, so I'll have that. Not that I really need that for any of this, because that's totally different. The transformer itself, I'm trying to think where it was at, but it's, I think, scheduled for Tuesday as far as when it'll be delivered, but it's possible that it will get here Monday also. So if it does, that'll be even one step closer that I can get to getting this thing lined up. As you can see, I did get these changed out. I don't know if I'd showed you that before, but I've changed those out for the connectors like this. And once those are done, these will be able to be mounted on the front panel. Still not sure. I'm going to put the meter here for sure. Probably the output jacks here. Probably the controls maybe sort of in the middle here maybe, or something like that. Again, the reset button for the transformer power supply itself is going to be over here. And so I don't know if there's anything else I'll put in this area, but I might even put those controls down here. Just haven't really thought it out yet, because I like to get the, actually the transformer is going to be fairly close fit there. It's not going to be totally close, but it will be close enough to where I want to be able to be sure that I have enough room here wherever I'm going to put those pots at to get those involved where they're supposed to be. So that's the deal on that. Looking forward to getting this thing working and usable, so it can be used. Bob was showing me, he had a picture of him powering his, I'm forgetting now what he was powering. Maybe the amplifier, I think. The little 20 watt amplifier, I think, was what he was powering. But he had his little power supply hooked up to a transformer, and so that's showing me that it worked for that pretty easily. So that's good, very good. Happy about that, and happy about with everything else too. So all right, I've got 13 minutes on this thing already. I don't want to shut up and leave a little space for something that happens on Monday, so I can add that. So all right, get off here for now, and we'll see you a little bit later. Good Sunday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 3:43 now in the PM. And I am back at the bench once more. Beautiful day here today, as was yesterday. In the 80s. I'll take it. I'll take it a lot. This is what we're looking at today. You see, I have the new holder for the new meter for the MFP. I thought I had the perfect one with this one. It fit really nice in there, but these, I don't know how well you can tell that, but these are a little too short. This one, I reprinted it with the longer ones, and these come up to basically snugly hold the meter in a little bit better. These only came up to the side. It didn't come all the way up to the top, so I wasn't happy with that, so I scrapped that idea. Came up with this one. So as you can see, it does hold the meter in. I mean, you know, if you shook it a little more violently, I'm sure it would come out, but that's what I wanted, was something that would hold it in, but yet would come out fairly easily like that, and it goes back in pretty easy. So, I guess you saw that, didn't you? Goes in, or out, in, and that's the way that will work, and there's where it will be. I've got a, you know, it's a little bit bigger than the other one. I wanted it a little bit bigger. I think what we did, we lost kind of track of what size we were using for this. I want it to come up to there, and that's where it's going to be at. And it's going to be perfect as far as the fit. I want it up just a little bit above that and a little bit below the one next to it, and that's where I wanted to put it at. And that's where it will be. I want to get some holes drilled and get it secured in there, and once I get it actually lined up and secure like I want it, and I will basically paint it, and it'll be ready to go, because that's all there is to this one. There's nothing else needed. Like I said, everything's self-contained. The meter has got batteries in its compartment. And if I need to take it out, or, you know, whatever, I can do that. So, there you go. There's a good look at it. That's what it's going to be. That's really, I would like to have it a little more recessed than that, but at the same time, it's not bothering anything. I can still get to everything over here just fine, and, you know, if I want to do something over there, I can do that. So, you know, really no downside to it. Like I said, just... Of course, it'll be screwed in, but, you know, it comes out easy enough, goes back in easy enough, and that's perfect. This down here cradles it just right, and it keeps it, you know, side to side. And again, the top cradles it up there and keeps it side to side. And there is a top one too. I don't know if you noticed it, but so yeah, there you go. That's what it's going to look like. I will bring you back once I get it installed, but that's going to be my next order of business here, to get that done. And once I get that done, then I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. So, alright, we'll be back. I'm back with you once more again, YouTube. It is 4:14 now. I have all 4 holes drilled and screwed in. It is in there really good and solid now. So, that's good. Very happy about that. It goes in and out really easily. I mean, you can't ask for anything easier than that to get in and out. I mean, and it stays in there. I mean, it's not like in there real loose or anything like that. It's not going to fall out, obviously. So, you know, I think that's the perfect solution to the problem. That's my opinion, of course. My opinion alone. But, like I said, I just kind of wanted to bring you back and show you that it is in there pretty good now, and I do need to take it out now and paint it to match the rest of the MFP. Once that's done, it will be complete. And so I think we're going to call that good. I may bring you back and show you the panel meter for the power supply. I've got it sized. I don't know. Well, let's see. I'll show you this. What I usually do on stuff like this is I actually measure the size of the opening from the back of the meter. In other words, how far it is from here to here, how far it is to here. And I get that exact measurement, and we try it once, a small sample like this, and see how it fits. And the first one I did, and I don't see it laying around here, but it did not fit. And then I can pretty much guesstimate from like trying to sit it in there to see what it needs to do. And this came out to be, I think, 1.5 millimeters larger in each direction. To get it, what time you figure in the shrinkage factor for the plastic and things like that, I think it was basically 1.5 millimeters larger than the actual opening size, you know, according to the measured back. So, you know, that's wasn't too bad, but like I said, it's a nice tight fit now. You can see it right up against the stops there, and once it's pushed down in there, it will be held back in nice and firmly, and that is good. Also, I want to flash up a picture of the wiring diagram. This was a little bit different than I'm used to. You can see there, if you look at the wiring diagram, that the two heavier wires are used for the current. Usually the ones that are by themselves, like the red and black like that, are the battery or supply voltage for the meter power, whatever you want to call it. But in this case, it's not. It is the two that came with it. Let's see if I can show you those. I know I've got them here somewhere. I did. You know how that works. Oh, here they are. So these are the usually the battery, the voltage for the meter, and these are the ones for the current and the voltage measurement. Now, the way this one works, these are the current meters. Like I said, you can see from the diagram, if I still got it up there, this one goes to the negative of the output, and this is actually your output for the negative side, and the current is measured via the heavier wires, which makes sense. As far as these are concerned, these two are the battery or the supply voltage for the meter power, and this one just goes over to the plus rail to monitor the voltage, and that's really all. That's all the way that works. And so, was some discussion on how I'm going to power this. Originally, I was going to use the 24 volt fan power supply to power this. It was well in the specs for this meter, for meter power. I think it goes up 30 volts. But they specifically caution you not to use the same source voltage to power the meter that you do for the loads and things like that. So I think we're going to call that a good idea not to do that. So I think I'll have to come up with another power supply. That won't be a hard thing to do, I'm sure. I'll probably try it out with a battery just to see everything, make sure everything works, and then we'll go from there. But I think that's going to do that. So like I say, if I get more done on that tomorrow, I've got the measurement. I kind of want to get the transformer in, but it's not going to be in probably till Tuesday. And so I may do a sample cutout of it, not cutout, but sample design of it, and see if I like that. I'm thinking very seriously about putting the meter on top and putting the controls maybe on the side, the two potentiometers on the side up and down like that, and then put the outputs underneath the meter. So that's what I'm thinking about, because you remember on this side over here it's going to be the reset for the transformer or the power supply, however you want to look at it. But so if that's the case, then I think, maybe if I can get those two pots in the middle, and I think they'll fit better there than anywhere else. And so like I said, that'll leave me enough room to put the meter on top and outputs on the bottom, and I think that's the way to work. I hope. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to try that, and I'll show you the design once I get it, and then we'll probably call this a video. So, alright, that's going to do it for now. We'll see you later. I thought real quick while we was here, I'd take and measure a battery. You guys can see that there. Plus it's on this side. See how that works. 8.89. Not bad. I don't know if I pointed this out before, but this is actually the temperature in the room. I've got to change that to Fahrenheit. It's on centigrade or whatever that is, Celsius, whatever it is. But there you go. Whoops. I don't have it on there. I guess that would help, huh? 889, as I said, or 885. I think it's these leads are not connecting very. Oh, there it goes. Now I've got it on there, good solid. Comes up pretty quick. I like that. That 8.89, that gives you an indication. I think these tops come off, and I think I'm going to probably take those off because I like the longer leads, have the more metal exposed, and I think it's a lot easier to work with those. So that's what we're going to do. I don't have a resistor handy, or I'd try to measure that just to see how that works. Yeah, they're better. There's a couple right there. I don't even know what they are. It looks like 100 maybe. Thinking. Maybe it was 10. I'm not sure why it was doing that. Oh, 10, yeah, 10.5, 10.4. Not bad. Not sure why it does the meter. I'll have to read up on it. So, you know, whatever it is, it's let me know it's oh, maybe that's the that's probably the that's the continuity thing. I'm sure under a certain ohmage it gives you that signal, because surely when you touch them together it does that. Yep. So yeah, that's what that is. Alright, got that figured out. Let's see if I can find a bigger one that won't do that. Here's one that's bigger. Let's see what this one does. If I can do it. Okay, 10.7. Maybe not. 10.19. Huh. Well, see, now that one's not giving you a buzz. Oh, yeah. I thought maybe it was meg. Oh, it is meg. I see it now. See it underneath there in the blue? It's M ohms. It's hard to see that M because it's blue. So, yeah, 10 meg ohms. That's what that is. Okay. Because, yeah, that's a brown, black, blue is what that is. So, yeah, that would be it. All right. It works really good. I'm happy with that. Not happy great with the blue part. I couldn't hardly see it. I think that needs to be changed to a different color if it could be, but you know, it does work. So that's the main thing I wanted to find out. So basically, that's the two things you can measure on the auto mode is measurement of. Now I don't know, and I've got to read this up, but if it'll do AC and DC both on auto, I'll have to find that out because I don't know, and that would be handy to know because. Otherwise, you'd have to take select and then go to AC or whatever. So, alright, that's going to do it. There you go. There's a look at that. So, I thought I'd add that to it. Good Monday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 3 in the p.m. I'm at the bench. You probably can hear the 3D printer running in the background. It is printing the face plate for something that's right down here. Actually, it's the side that's opposite of this, the front, for the power supply. I did get the items that I was supposed to get today, or I thought I might get the fan for the power supply. That's it. There's the connector for 24 volts. And also, we look down here a little bit ways. There's the transformer. Now, everything was nice except for one little problem, and I didn't really figure on this because I had planned on buying this anyway before I even thought about changing these things around. My plan was to switch this over to this side and take the wires and put them out the top, but I was going to flip the bell over around so that the wires came out the bottom, and that would make everything work out just fine. But the monkey in the wrench, or the wrench in the monkey, or whatever you want to call that, is the fact that these are not screws. They are apparently rivets. Now I can obviously drill them out and put screws in, which would solve all the problems, but then I have to come up with screws that size and stuff like that, so I'm not really sure how to proceed from here. So this will not get a resolution today. For sure. If I mount it like it is, even with the like it came, I'm gonna have to set it back as far as I can set it just to get it to clear the front plate, and that's gonna mess this up. I'm going to have to cut out a section of that to have the bell, the back of the transformer come out of that, so it won't hit that. It won't fit there otherwise, so that's not going to work either. So I'm leaning towards drilling it out, but at the same time I want to make sure I've got some screws to put back in here before I go hog wild doing that. And even if I do this, no guarantee that I will be able to switch this around like I want to. I've looked inside here and it appears that there's something solid behind this. So I know the transformer winding doesn't come out that far because you can see the difference there, but I don't know how it's set up to do that. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but regardless, it'll work one way or the other, or I'll buy another transformer. I can always use these transformers for other power supplies, so it's not a big deal. My light is flashing, battery light. So I am going to show you one more thing, hopefully, before it goes off. There's the holder for the meter. Since I painted it, it's a little tighter. There it is. I've got a couple spots I need to probably touch up, but it's not a big deal because this meter sits there all the time anyway, so it's in there good and tight. So I like it like that, and that's working out really good. So I think I want to just wrap this up now because, like I say, really not much more I can tell you about this. I've got everything I need for it, and I'm printing the front plate, and hopefully that will go good. Nothing else has went good so far, but it shouldn't be a problem to drill this out and put the screws in it, I don't think. So hopefully that's what we'll do. We'll let you know on Friday when I make the video. So you guys, in the meantime, have a great day. It's been kind of rainy here most of the day, so thank you very, very so much for watching, and we will see ya.